Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to everybody. And welcome to BMM 2521 Engineering Mechanics Laboratory 2. And a little bit on my background. I'm Dr. Siti Rabiatul Aisyah binti Idris. You may find me at Block 1, Level 1, FTKMA. FTKMA stands for Faculty Teknologi Kejuruteraan Mechanical dan Automotive. And there goes my phone number, email address, as well as social account. And you may either contact me through phone number or WhatsApp group, email address, or you may like and subscribe my social account. And a little bit on my educational background. Well, I've graduated from University of Technology Malaysia, whereby I studied there from degree until PhD. And these are my research interests, which includes materials engineering, soldering and joining technology, as well as surface coating. So for today, we are going to look at on 3 topics, which is number 1, the teaching plan, number 2, assessment distribution, and number 3, reports. Okay, for the assessment, there will be 3 types of distribution there. Number 1 is lab work with the percentage of 20%, short report 30%, which covers for CO1, lab work CO2, long report for CO3. So altogether will be 100%. CO stands for course outcome, whereby for CO number 1, it represents for identify the common properties of material under tension, compression, torsion, fatigue, bending moment, shearing force, free fall, accelerating principle, kinematic of rigid body on inclined planes through experiments. CO2, assemble tools to construct the experiment based on lab sheets. CO3, organize the work within team members to analyze the purpose of experimental task. Okay, so this is the lab distribution together with types of experiment and report type that you need to prepare. So basically, this lab will be starting on week 3 until more or less week 11. So starting from lab 1, which is lab 3, you are going to do tensile test. After that, you need to prepare a long report. I will explain to you what does it mean by long report and short report afterwards. And then followed by lab 2, week 4, compression test, lab 3, week 5, torsion test, lab 4, week 6, fatigue test, lab 5, week 7, shear force bending moment, lab 6, week 8, transformation of stress strain, lab 7, week 9, free fall test, lab 8, week 10, inertia in rotational motion, lab 9, week 11, rolling disc on inclined plane. So please remember that you need to do all this experiment or work starting from week 3. Well, basically, during because of this what do you call that, the situation right now, so you are not going to enter the lab physically. However, we are going to prepare you a video on how to conduct an experiment. After that, we will give you the experimental data. So from there, you need to prepare a report based on experimental data given to you and by looking at the video that have been prepared for you. Okay. As for grouping, by week 2, all students should be able to know their group members, which will be available in Google Classroom. So please enroll yourself in Google Classroom. However, by right, if you are already enrolled in Google Classroom, you should be able to know which group are you in. and no changing group is allowed. At the moment, we are already reached to maximum number of students in this section, which is 60 students. Now let's move on to report guidelines. First of all, for the title page, student reports must have front page with title of experiment, section, group members, name, metric number, section lecturer name. That is the title page. Now let's move on to what is a long report. So long report meaning that report must be submitted within 1 week. I repeat, within 1 week after the laboratory work. Long report should have the following items. Number 1, introduction or theory. Number 2, experimental procedure. Number 3, results. Number 4, discussion. Number 5, conclusion, and also references. If the student who copying their friends' work, then 0 marks will be given to that report. And then before you submit the lab report, you need to submit the report itself into Turnitin website, and it should be, the plagiarism report should be lesser than 20%. Otherwise, you need to rephrase all your sentences in the text, then resubmit again until you reach less than 20% plagiarism report. Okay, so again, I would like to remind you, for long report, you should submit it within 1 week after laboratory work. Whereas for short report, it must be submitted the following working day, meaning if you do the work today, then you should submit the report, short report, tomorrow. And it consists of results, discussion, as well as conclusion. As for the lab sheet, you may find the lab sheets available in the classroom starting from week 3 until week 11, according to lab work that you are going to do. Okay, let us look at a little bit on report from previous student. I want to show you example of incorrect report here. You see, there's a problem here with the reference style because they don't use standard software and not complete references. They just put it just put numbers or names there without using a standard references. So it is better for you to use EndNote. EndNote is a software to arrange the references in writings. So please download EndNote in order to make sure that your reference is in a proper order. After that, in report, units missing, figures not formatted well, 4 figures but 1 label. Okay, whenever you have more than 1 figures, then you need to label all figures there, not only one figure, not only just 1 figure being labeled. After that, incorrect plot. Okay, so let's see on the Turnitin. What is Turnitin? So this is the screenshot for Turnitin. The plagiarism marks percentage was equals to 98%. So it means that you copying others' work into your report. So this is totally unacceptable. Because our limit should be 20% only. Okay, thank you very much. That will be all for today's briefing. In case you have any question and still do not understand on the flow of this lab, do not hesitate to contact me through WhatsApp group, and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. So thank you very much, and by week 3 you should be able to have access to lab work, lab 1, lab sheets, video, and so on and so forth until week 11. And the link to submit the report itself will be uploaded into those links in Google Classroom. So please be aware on it, because that's the time limit to submit your report. Okay, with that, I thank you very much for your kind attention. See you again in the next time. Okay, bye.